teammate. So in this, I'm just going to kind of go over some basic stuff, some rules, stuff like that. From there on, there will be another video for you guys to watch following this that will kind of go over more details on how to do your job to kind of make sure that you guys have a good understanding of all of this. So, to begin, do I need to file any paperwork? So yes and no. I do provide an employee agreement as well as an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So that is basically just to protect my information and my training products so that there is no, like, you can't replicate any of it. You can't, try and sell it on the side. None of that. This will kind of eliminate any of that, because if you do go against that, which I do have a lot of people out there that also do things like check-ins where they kind of try and buy training off market from people just to kind of make sure that they're not doing that, because I have had some issues in the past. So I do have people who kind of keep an eye out sometimes for me. Just keep that in mind when you are selling things, that if you're selling it under the table, like on the side, instead of through my business website, then there will be issues and I will have to remove you from our team. But anyway, so that will also protect my content as well as my business as well as my reputation. So that means you won't be able to really slander me or none of that. It's just basically a agreement that you're going to be a good teammate, which no one should be going into this having any negative feelings or any second agendas. I'm very good to my team. I always help you guys out. I give, a great thing. I always keep my prices really low for people so that they can afford them. Try and help as many people as possible, as well as things like take a 50% cut in order to pay others to do the advertising for me. One, because it saves me time, but then it also helps others to make money and learn marketing as well. So you will not have to file any tax forms unless you make over $1,000. I have had multiple people hit over the $1,000 mark. In that event, you'll get assistance from myself as well as my legal team. So we will make sure that you are taken care of and that there won't be any issues as far as that goes. It does vary state to state. So if you're in a different state other than New York, obviously it may be a tad bit different. So how do I get paid? All payments are listed as gift from service. So basically you're helping me out and I'm just throwing you some money. So that's basically the way I list it, for the purpose of I don't file any kind of, if you have any public assistance, I don't file none of that stuff. I don't file anything with child support. I've run into issues with it before where I've said, you know what, we're going to do gifting from here on out. So this is me gifting you as a friend helping me out. So payment options include PayPal and Cash App, which I pay daily, checks and money orders, which I pay on Fridays. I am considering getting rid of Cash App unless there is someone who would like to use that. As of right now, I don't have anyone use it. I mostly do either money order or PayPal as of right now. Okay, so how much do you get paid? For any sale over $20, well, $20 or over, there is a 50% commission paid. Anything under $20, I kind of work it out with you, because the only things that are under $20 I have are logo designs, things like, I think one of my lowest websites is $10, which I'll probably offer to you if you educate yourself on how to do the basic websites really nicely. Things like that. I may just say, you know what, I'll pay you the whole commission if you just do it. But anything under the $20, I mean, it's not really worth selling. You can sell it. If you do, I definitely will reward you in some way, shape, or form. But again, I don't give a 50% commission, because if you're selling a logo for $5, $2.50, and then me doing a couple hours of work kind of isn't worth it for me, especially when I do make such good money. So if I receive any fees during the payment process, you will receive proof and receive 50% of the total after fees. So, for example, sometimes when people pay on PayPal, which is what my website does, if they go and manually change it, right now I have it set to personal, but if they do change it over to for a service, then I do hold it for 2 days, as well as take the 50% of the total value afterwards. The reason I hold it for 2 days before paying you your commission is because people can request to get refund at that point, and then PayPal itself will hold it until it's disputed. And I have so many that have been frustrating. When I first started, I was doing e-commerce, and I had people who were switching over because I was doing self-made stores, a bunch of weird stuff because I was new to it. I wasn't even starting MCA at that point. It was when I was a really, really newbie. So anyway, so I did have some that were sticking, and it was a pain in the ass. And so to avoid that, that is the way I go, especially since there is 0 refunds on any of our products, services, or courses, because it is a digital course and people can easily watch through them and get the information really quickly within one day and then turn around and want a refund. Therefore, I do not offer refunds. There is no limit on how much you can sell either, guys. You know, the sky's the limit. If you want to work your butt off to make $1,000 a week, then hey, you know, you'll be making me $1,000 a week. I'll gladly pay you that. So that is not an issue at all. So definitely the sky's the limit as much as you want to try and sell. It all depends on your hustle. So causes for being released from the team. A lot of people ask me this question, if there's anything that would cause me to boot them from my little team here. I do have some because I have had experience in the past with bad teammates, which is why these are in place. So if you are not an active member in our team and no sales after 6 months, I obviously will boot you. If you're not active, means you're not posting at least a couple times a week or searching out people. If you're not trying or making lives or something, then it will result in some kind of release from you, just because I don't see a point in keeping people on my website and on my team and advertising them as part of my team if they are not actively working towards that. If you are rude to customers, resulting in a bad impression on my business, obviously that's a no-brainer. You really need to, treat them with respect, but remember, you are a boss and you do have the product that they need. So don't let them walk all over you, but there's no need for excessive rudeness or short tempers or name calling or any of that. Just do try to bite your tongue on that. If you use excessive foul language on social media, okay guys, so people will begin to look at your page as well as mine. So remember, when you're selling to them, people will go and look at your page. They'll see the stuff you have, and they're not going to be too much of a fan of buying from you if you have a lot of inappropriate things on there, sexual things, racist comments, slander about people where you're talking crap. If you're swearing a lot, they're going to not be impressed, and they're not going to want to buy from you. So that's going to result in less sales. If I do realize that you're having a lot of cussing and a lot of controversial stuff on your Facebook account, I do have the right to terminate you from the team. That reason being because it will affect how people see my business if my associates are acting in that way. If you act in an unprofessional manner, again, just stay professional. Remember, you're a boss. Try and hold yourself in that way, because your Facebook is going to become like your business card. So as long as you hold yourself in a respectable manner, hustle like a boss, and respect your team and me, there shouldn't be any issues at all. I do not at all tolerate replicating of my courses, services, or products. I do have a team of lawyers. I do actively use them and communicate with them, and I do not tolerate it. I have no problem going after anybody who does, just because I literally spend so much time and effort building these sites, building these courses, updating them, all my products, everything. I put my all into these, and I spend countless hours, not even just hours, days and weeks straight, sometimes without even sleeping at night, just to get these done in order to bring them to people. So definitely don't mess with that. If you don't screw me over, I won't screw you over. So moving on. Know your products. All teammates should be educated on the products, services, and courses that I do offer. You can find all these at www.bysmarketing.wixsite.com/shop. So go to that website, educate yourself on it, read through, watch each video, see what I offer, find the prices, write them down if you have to, make photo ads that have the prices on them, whatever you need to do, and definitely keep yourself educated. The more educated you are, the easier selling will become. Please note that some courses do have a limit due to their dynamic. I can only teach people one-on-one, I can only teach so many people one-on-one at a time. So some of my courses, especially my e-commerce ones, I do walk through where I schedule a day every week to work with each person on the team. So obviously I can only fit in about 14 to 16 people per week, and that is maxing out to the absolute complete limit. So some courses do have limits, and if they are sold out, the site will tell you that they are sold out, so do not worry about trying to figure that out, but definitely keep yourself updated. So how do you get credit for your sales? Each person you do sell a product or service or course to, you're going to say, you know, when you do make your payment, please screenshot the payment proof and go ahead and send it to me so that I can then send you the site login or the code or whatever it is that you'll need. And then at the end of the day or week, depending on how you're choosing to get paid, you will compile them and send them to me in Facebook Messenger. That is so important because I do not check my text messages nearly as much as my Facebook Messenger, obviously because I work on Facebook. If I don't respond to you within an hour or two, or you don't see your payment in PayPal or whatever you choose within a couple of hours, if you're doing electronically, then just give me a text, give me a call, something along that lines, just to make sure I did get it. Sometimes you'll have to call me and be like, hey Anna, you know, I sent you the screenshots for my payment proof on my sales proof or whatever, so just letting you know so you find it. So that will make me look if you message me any of that, or you can message me on my fan page. I'll see that too. But keep in mind that my fan page does get managed by other people as well. I do have a couple people who go on twice a week to manage that. So please keep in mind that if you see me read and not respond, that is why. But my Facebook personal messenger, I can always get in touch with you. So the biggest thing you guys need to keep in mind is motivation. Motivation is key. If you don't keep yourself motivated, you're not going to get up every day and hustle to get those sales. Stay focused, stay positive. Don't expect to be perfect overnight. People are going to get used to seeing you in the groups or seeing you post or seeing you go live or whatever you choose to do. There is no limit on what you can do, but definitely make sure it's appropriate. Keep a notebook for a log, some type of organization. You really want to stay organized with this, because if you don't stay organized, I'm not staying organized for you. So if you don't give me a screenshot for your payment proof, then I won't be able to give you credit for it. If you miss a person, like say you get 7 sales, but you only send me 6 because you forgot to send the extra one, or you didn't click the 7th one, and you realize it, just send it to me and let me know. If you don't send it to me and let me know by the following Friday, I will not give you credit for it, because I do cash out my accounts every Friday so that I can make payments and stuff to other things. I cash out so I can do checks, because I keep my accounts very specific. I have multiple accounts, one for each item and each like course and stuff like that. So I do keep that stuff very specific so I can take care of my own taxes and all of that. So keep that in mind when you are doing that. Stay organized. So that ends that. Congratulations on joining the team, and I'll see you guys in the next video.